White Snatcher definitely seems to be the lightweight winner right now. I've got blue, orange, and white out on the waters. Got some on each of the lines. Pike. 2 kilo, not too shabby. Another little pike. Seems like the pike are very active right now, which that little check mark hole over there always seems to be a good spot for pike. Ooh, here we go. We got something worthwhile. It's on the Titan reel, so should be decent size. Seems like the White Snatcher in general has been very effective here, so I may need to pick up 2 more of those so I can have 3 of them out on the water. What we got here? It's going to be a salmon or a pike. Or possibly a giant asp. Get it up above the water yet. The trouble I find with this boat is sometimes some of the fish are so slow that the boat ends up being too fast and you kind of have to like throw the anchor down, especially if you get a catfish on. Once you wear it out, you kind of just have to stop the boat and reel it in. This thing is wearing my energy out. Coffee day. Something splashing around on the other line too. I can hear it behind me. Pretty decent fish here. Try to let it just stay on without reeling too much. Try to regain some energy to pull it in. Seems to be worn out now. Pretty hefty, whatever it is. Yeah, that's some nice XP for sure for a single fish ate. Hoping I got a nice salmon on here. That'll be a hefty little bit of coin. If I can get above the freaking water. Thinking this may actually be a catfish that I've got on here right now. Last time I had this much issues getting something onto the boat, it was a catfish. Oh yeah, how is the anniversary reel is a Vanga equivalent, right? Get water. I may have to just drop anchor to get this thing in. Borealica. Oh, I get that level. Come on. There you are on this lure. Get out of the water already. I'm going to drop anchor and try again here. Gee, this thing is putting up a fight. Got the other line just splashing all around me over here. That gets a pike, I think. Get another spot of coffee here and raise the anchor and get back to trolling. Hadn't worn out, it felt like, but seems to have gotten a second wind. Line's getting hot. Ooh. Yeah, I'm betting this is a catfish. I haven't even seen anything up at the top of the water yet. Come on. Sucker just does not want to give up at all. At least the other one's still on the line. I can hear it splashing still. Ah. I need someone to jump in there with an oar and beat this thing into submission. Go. Frick. Lord, this thing is not giving up at all. Try to get beside it again and drop anchor. I feel like every time I get away from it, it gains another bit of energy. Hey, gamer. Fighting I think a catfish right now that is giving me all sorts of trouble here. How you doing? Out of the water already. I think I got a whale on here. Don't you get more energy? Let's get in the boat. Let's get in the boat. Hi, Minnie. Wait, you got a scuba suit to go in there and get this thing? Oh, this is a weight issue? What's going on? I just can't seem to get this thing up to the top of the water. Come on. Yeah, it may be too heavy for this Titan to get into the boat. The other one, I think, has a pike on there that's just been waiting patiently to get brought in. Got some energy again. I'm going to get back to rolling after it here. Rolling. There we go. Yeah, the issue I've been having when I chase after is once I get up next to it, it kind of just goes into dead weight and falls behind and end up losing line. Just worried that I may just not have a strong enough setup to get this thing into the boat. Yep. On the friction brake here. There's like a decent sized pike on the other line at least. One day I'll get to reel it in. Come on. Up here. And maybe if I position myself just right, I can drop the anchor on its head. That works, right? I'm wondering if I need to give up on this fish. Line's getting hot again. Let that cool off. See, the problem here is it's on the Titan and not the Adriatica. I'm sure the Adriatica would already be in the boat. Shoot, it's probably been about 12 or 13 minutes now that I've been fighting this one. Maybe slightly longer. Uh, I'm surprised I haven't got a fish got away on the other line, but at this point, must be hooked on there pretty good. I don't know what I can do to get this into the boat if it's just a weight issue. I mean, at this point, it just feels like it's just dead weight that I can't get up off of the bottom at all. Patient little pike friend there, stuck on the other line. I wonder if it'd be worth trying to get it into a more shallow area to see if it, that way it can't get quite as deep. We're already in a fairly shallow area as it is. Eventually this thing has got to give up and let me pull it up to the surface. Uh, um, no, this isn't a catfish. This is for sure a trophy bleak. Nothing else would give up this much of a fight. Goodness gracious. Been a while since I've had a fight like this. Not since I was carp fishing. That pike over there still just hanging on. Well, as long as the silver is good payout. I have found the Atlantic salmon spot on here. I've got a couple out here. They're pretty enjoyable to bring in. Problem is, I think this is probably even too big to even do a complete reel lock on the Titan. It might break it. Get a little more friction brake on. Here we go. Come on. Really, it's wearing down now. Well, on the plus side, that the fish on the other line, I'm sure, is going to be completely exhausted by the time I'm able to get to it. So here we go. At some point, this thing's going to give up. Sure of it. Another coffee here. This better be at least 20-kilo catfish. I'll be sad if this thing only ends up being like a 12 or 13 kilo. Alright, I'll take a look at that here shortly, gamer. I think I'm going to try what I was trying before. I'm going to get right up beside this thing when it's worn out again and just drop anchor. Try to pull it straight up. All I run into is I get into this position of rolling past it. Lose a bunch of line. Nice. Keep your net out and let the Atlantic jump right into the net. More coffee here. Alright, so I get up close to this thing. I'm gonna try dropping anchor again. Guys, I think it's pretty much worn out, and at this point it's just a matter of getting its weight up the surface. Cover some energy again now. Right here is where I need to drop anchor. Oh, it's still got some fight in it. Back to trolling. Well, 8, you should be able to use that Borealica about by the time I pull this thing in. I know it may take me a couple weeks to pull this in. You've got time. Where's my line? There it is. I don't know. I just may not have a strong enough setup here to even get this thing on the boat. don't want to think about the friction break where this is already caused. Oh yeah, got Diablo 4 coming out. I'm holding out for Final Fantasy 16 coming out later next month. Yeah, let's see. What's the island over there? See if I can pull it in that direction there. This area itself is pretty shallow. Maybe the most shallow, yeah. 1.5 meters towards the island. Get behind it here. And the problem is it's kind of hovering, so instead of getting behind it, I just kind of end up over it. If I get to run doing this. Pushing these slow fish, that's a little challenging. Now it's going the other direction, of course. You have a class you're looking forward to playing there on Diablo most 8? It's almost been 30 minutes fighting this sucker. Try to get him nudged back in the direction of that island. Play the rogue first. Yeah, this I don't know if I'm gonna be able to push this thing to the islands. Maybe I can drag it there, but I just don't see a way I can, because basically have to stop the boat on this thing because it's just not moving. Tempted to try a real lock. Get back. Where's the shallow, please? On. Right. Come this way, Catfish. We're here to the embankment. Like I need a slower boat. Go back around again. Hope this thing is at least worth a good amount of silver for the time it's taking. $100 silver's not too shabby. Now, if I could get the 26 kilo quarry char that's got a cafe order for 1,700 silver, that would have been great. Yeah, I can see the argument for that 8 for sure. Click on something like this, it's just a whole lot you can do to position them. I feel like it's going to get to the point here where the amount of wear this thing's putting on here is going to be more than the silver it's worth pulling in. It's not already reached that level. Come on, Catfish, go towards the shore. Drag it a little bit, that might work. But as soon as this boat starts getting away from it, it just goes haywire. Oh boy. Come on, fish. Gotten itself back out into a deep hole too, which is good. My connection's having some issues over there. No doubt due to this catfish. Fix the connection a little fast here. I don't know. I'm starting to think I'm not gonna be able to get this thing in on this setup. Dude, at this point, I almost wish it was a an FGA. This thing is almost got somewhat close to shore now. No gamer. I think I've only got the one ticket in my inventory right now. It's a 5-day, which I think I've got almost 5 days left on, or almost 3 days left on, I should say. I'm gonna switch the feed to the intermission screen for just a minute to try to let the bit rate refresh, but I'll still be fighting this and I'll be back in June. Alright, looks like the connection's stabilized again, so back to latency mode here. There we go. The shore. Turn radius is so terrible. This thing got to give up at some point. Hockey on. This thing just does not want to come up off the bottom at all. I think I may have to just let this fish go. I don't think my reel and rod are strong enough to get it out of the water, off the bottom. You don't want to after this long of a fight, but I think the old Titan can handle a fish this size. Almost to the shoreline at least. Ah, almost have it pushed to the shoreline. If I can't get it up there, I'm just gonna let it go. Ah, almost got him up to the surface there. Oh, this thing's almost done. Got an ad break coming up in just over a minute for those not subscribed. Hopefully it will refresh the connection here. Unfortunately, such a difficult fight, I can't go and manually refresh it right now. Just about got this thing in. Pike still hopping around on the other line. Go back out into the deep water. Uh, if you're not subscribed, ads about to start. Sure, I'll still be here fighting this thing when you get back. Hopefully the connection will stabilize during that break. Push this thing back towards the shoreline if I can. Yeah. Oh, come on. That was in the net. God, this boat is terrible. I'm not using this boat anymore. Jeez. This is a very exhausting fight. Got myself back out into the deep end as well. Almost up to the top of the water here. Put your head up here close enough for me to put in the net. I'm stopping this boat. Trying to get... Thank you for the subscription, gamer. Appreciate that. This thing's right here. Gotta chase it again. This is going on an hour-long fight now. Whew. On. Line. This catfish will be the end of me. Oh, come on. Jeez. Line's hot again. Gotta let it cool off. Go. Come on. back to the surface with you, catfish. My only hope, I guess, is basically a drive-by netting. Oh, come on, come on. The surface. This boat could turn a little bit better. A little bit. Come on. Here we go. Come on. To the surface. It's to the boat somewhere. Appreciate that 8. Appreciate gifting that sub over to Gamer. Come on, fish, come on. All right, able to get it. 29. Friction brake here. Just comes up a little bit. Oh, come on. Sucker's gotten up to the top of the water a few times now. Oh, how it's still got any fight left in him. Freaking boat radius. I'm gonna try just turning the opposite direction, see if I can just nudge it that way. Pull the line off again. Whew. There's no way that this fish is going to have been worth it as far as silver and XP goes, but it's an experience at least. All right, I've got him in the shallows now. Gotta be my best chance at it. Ooh. Ugh. I'm hoping for a larger than 30 kilo at this point. Something to have made it all worthwhile. Try maybe parking again. Yeah, the connection's all over the place right now, but fortunately, if I try to manually adjust it, I'll probably lose this fish. Oh, God. Holy bejesus. 51 kilo. Oh. Just gonna let my boat run ashore and look at this for a minute. Oh, man. Oh. I am physically exhausted from that. Goodness gracious. Well, I guess this pike can finally be reeled in. Wow, that was a water body record catfish. Whew. I'm gonna go back to the dock. We have a little bit of a recovery from that. Oh man. Okay, I should be able to get the stream back to normal here. Whew. All right. So, let me see if I can get this stream caught up a little bit here. Grab a picture of the that record there. Fish. USA, I guess. Captured. There I am. Not too shabby. Whew.